Good morning, Bubbly Bears. This week we are going to be doing a little something that we haven't done before. Each week you're reading books, but today we're going to do a reading comprehension, okay? So take a look. You see children playing. What are they playing in? Remember, we have to picture up. There's only one picture though. So you see them playing in the leaves. That's exactly right. There's really not a title right now. That's just the caption, reading comprehension. So we're going to read this story, and then we are going to work on answering those questions, okay? We're going to read the story. We're going to answer those questions, okay? So now, you pay attention. I'm reading first, and then you got to come back and read with me. I see my friends. Ray is kicking the leaves. Joe is standing on a tree stump. Help me read it this time. I see my friends. Ray is kicking the leaves. Joe is standing on a tree stump. So now, who are the characters in this story? You see there's a kid talking, and he has two friends, Ray and Joe. And they're doing two different things, okay? So now let's look at question number one. We're going to do question number one together, but the rest of it you will do by yourself, okay? It says, I see, When we see a blank line, we say, I see, Then you have three choices. A, I see my friends. B, I see my dad. C, I see my friend. So as good readers, we go back in the story and we find the answer. So now let's go back and look through the story. Is it I see my friends? It is. So I'm going to underline I see my friends and put a number 1 there. That lets me know that that's where I found the answer to number 1. So now I'm going to circle the letter A. And then I'm going to write on the line my friends. Do you see that, boys and girls? That is what we do. When you're doing any kind of reading comprehension, you have to go back and find the answer. The answer is usually in the story. Okay, go back, find it, underline it, put the number there, and then you go back and finish it. Now, number 2 says Ray is kicking. I need you to find that answer, underline it, do like I did. And Joe, number 3, Joe is standing on It gives you 3 choices. You may need an adult to help you read those choices. But then you find the answer. You underline the answer with the number in a circle. And you circle and write it on the lines with quality. With quality. I finished mine. And I want to make sure that you do the same thing that I just shared with you, okay? All right, that's the end product right there, okay? But your job is to do the same thing. All right, so that's one story, and they'll get more difficult. Right now, I want to see how well we can do with that. Now, let's go on to another story that we're going to be engaging in, and it's building on words, boys and girls, like building blocks. And it is called... We're working with the lightning word to. T-O-2. So take a look at that. Take a look at that. This one builds on the sentences. It builds. So now I'm going to come around and show you. It builds. You start with 1 word, then you start with 2, then 3, then it adds on. So we're going to read this, and you're going to have to do some writing in this one too, okay? So you can see in the picture that they look like they're baking something. They have on their chef hats. She's rolling with the rolling pin the dough. He has a spoon and a bowl in his hands. Remember, your pictures will always help you understand what's in the story. And we're focused on the lightning word too. So now let's try it. The little kids. The little kids like to. The little kids like to bake. Bake. The little kids like to bake a. The little kids like to bake a cake. The little kids like to bake a cake. Did you see how we build on? We started up here at the top with the one word and we kept going on, and it looks like we are going down the stairs or climbing up the stairs. This is to help build your reading fluency. Fluency is how we talk. When we're reading, we don't want to sound like a robot because we don't talk that way, okay? So now I'm going to read it again. The little kids. The little kids like to. The little kids like to bake. The little kids like to bake a. The little kids like to bake a cake. So these two lines right here, it asks you to write the sentence 2 times. The little kids like to bake a cake. That is a complete sentence right there. These are words that build upon it, adding on. The sentence is finished when you see a period. I am a period. I look just like a dot. Every time you see me, you must stop. That means you're finished talking, finished reading, finished writing. So you're going to write that sentence, the little kids like to bake. But then take a look at the bottom. It says, the kids like to, Do they like to sing? That's for A. B says bake. C says cook. Find the answer, like I just shared with you in the story we just read, and write it on the line. Underline it. The kids bake A, cookies, B, cake, C, bread. Think about the story. Comprehension is understanding what you read. You have to be able to retell. Retell means to tell the story again. The little kids like baking. And they like baking a what? They like baking a cake. Great job. Now I'm going to show you what the sentences look like. And I also boxed the word to, because that was our focus lightning word right there. Take a look. Take a look. You can see that I have written, the little kids like to bake a cake. The little kids like to bake a cake. And then you can go back in the story. Where did I find the little kids like to bake? Right here. The little kids like to bake. The kids bake a what? The little kids bake a cake. And there it is right there. So make sure that you take your time and read this to someone. You can read this 3 or 4 times, and then make sure you're writing uppercase, capital, big letter at the beginning of your sentence, space between your words. Happy reading, happy writing, and I'll talk to you later.